Do I think that stretching is good off days? Absolutely. But the day that you're going to train that muscle, I think that maintaining proper stiffness is crucial.
People ask me, how long do you stretch before you squat? And again, you and me just kind of go in and do some leg presses and open up the hips, or we just squat.
If you're going to deadlift, you need to deadlift. So you need to master the movement and then take two weaknesses and structure them into the warm-up so that they're pulled into the motor pattern.
How are you on with stretching and rotation and all those kind of things? What's your belief on that right now?
Right now, I don't do a lot. I do a lot of mobility. You know, my warm-ups are pretty nasty. So what I like to do is I like to work through motion to increase flexibility and range. So if I want to do, right, if I want to do, what do me and you do every time before we squat? And I'll tell you, we do about 150 leg presses and all kinds of different hip movements, but we don't really stretch.
Right.
I think that stretching can be counterintuitive to the muscle spindles and Golgi tendons to creating maximal power. Now, do I think that stretching is good off days? Absolutely. But the day that you're going to train that muscle, I think that maintaining proper stiffness is crucial. But instead of thinking of more of the flexibility realm, start to think more of the mobility realm. And that doesn't, those aren't necessarily the same. The mobility is made through motion. And I think that just stretching in and of itself can be counterproductive to what we try to tell people is the goal.
Yeah, we try to tell them that, especially, off days, hey, if you want to do the yoga and anything like that and overstretch, I'm great with that. I'm cool with that. But on days that you're training, people ask me, how long do you stretch before you squat? And again, you and me just kind of go in and do some leg presses and open up the hips, or we just squat.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for me now that you've got one, I've got one, is the bell squat machine.
Yeah.
I mean, I do 100 of those before I touch a bar. And I think that's really saved my ass over 35 and 40 years old now, is that when I move that position, people ask, how do you keep your shins that straight? Because I practice it 100 times before you see me squat with a bar, you know? So in a perfect world, if you have all of the, accessories to your disposal, the belt squat's going to be trumping the leg press just based on the fact it's more like the squat. So what I say, if you're going to do a warm-up, I would say to look at what Mike does, look what I do. Mine's kind of styled as a Wenning warm-up, but it's two isolated weak points to structure into potentiation, which means to bring the muscles to the motor pattern, and then one motor pattern movement, which should be, if you're going to squat, you need to squat. If you're going to deadlift, you need to deadlift. So you need to master the movement and then take two weaknesses and structure them into the warm-up so that they're pulled into the motor pattern.
Yeah, it's something I do with a lot of clients. Is I'll have them come in and I'll have them do a squat, but I'll have them just do one rep.
Yep.
And I'll tell them, listen, just move as much as you can, but don't go down and touch the box. Don't go down into the depth if you feel stiff. Just get some movement, rack it. We'll come back again in a couple of minutes, do another one, and it opens you up and gets that blood flowing.
Yep.
And it's an amazing thing to see somebody just come in and do just the basic simpleness of the movement.
Yep.
And that opens them up to where they can start moving through the exercise without hurting themselves, without tiring themselves out, without destroying their body. Relative to watching people go to the gym, and I see them bouncing around or jumping on these little balls for a half an hour before they even start. And I'm like, dude, I'm tired just watching you warm up. It's like,
yeah.
Holy shnikes. How do you have the energy? And then you just ate like maybe a half an hour or 45 minutes before. It's time for you to eat again.
Yeah. And
you haven't started your workout.
Yeah, I think that people try to mask unreal work to real work. Like when you get to real work, you and I'll tell you one of the craziest things that I ever said for your followers is when we go to Incline Bench, it's usually the first thing that we go to, and you and I have both worked up to over 400 pounds in 3 sets. That's the first movement. People don't realize how quick we have innervated that tissue. And then to all you people out there, I think, and your followers that just train in general just to be strong for life. Motor units and being able to recruit them under extreme fatigue mean nothing if you can't get them to them quickly. So for my fire department guys, they can't go and lift a 3-year-old, then an 8-year-old, then a 12-year-old, and then lift a heavy patient. They have to show up and be able to do it right now. And if you train that way, smart, then you'll be able to utilize all your muscle tissue in the right position, in the right place at the right time, without having to have a half an hour warm-up before you have to get to the main work.
Yeah. Well said, brother. Man, we got to, I think there's so much knowledge.
Yeah.
And every time I talk to you, I think of these other basic things that we, as kids, you and I learned, that I probably don't speak about enough. And so let's see if we can't try to team up more and do this more for them.
Here's my plan: is when you give me your free time, let me know. I should have my house stuff all done the next couple of weeks.
House looks sick, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to come out and see it, man. So you're gonna like it. But when you come, I'll come out. Let me know what your schedule is. I think we need to shoot a lot of videos. I think we need to talk about what do we do as kids. What should we do as kids? What should we do in the middle, and what should we do at the top? And those need to be 2 and 3 hour discussions with layouts and PowerPoints and everything.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something, and I agree with you on this. The fact that it's all about the kid stuff, because it's not. What I don't want to do is I don't want to sit down and talk to somebody that was a great 20-year-old, but now in his 40s and stuff, he's a shadow of himself. He's broken. He's injured. Something happened there. Something switched. So what I love is that I get to see somewhat of the, not a finished product, but you're in your 40s now. So you've done something for 25 years, 30 years, and you've done it in a healthy way to where you have extended your life. I don't care about living to 150. I'm already that. But I care about being able to move and groove for that long. Yeah. I don't think longevity is time. I think longevity is quality of life.
Longevity is quality, right? I want to be strong as shit at 70.
Yeah.
That's my goal. And I don't want to be broken from what I did. I want to get all the gains that I can get without the mileage.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't talk about is
they don't.
We need to be figuring out a way to get people stronger as a community, as a fitness community, including me and you and everyone else. I don't hear anybody talking about how do we get to these massive goals without having to pay for them.
I think one of the greatest things ever said was the gym is not about doing the most work. The gym is about doing the least amount of work, but still get better.
Yeah, and that is a great book for, in closing, a great book for everybody to read is a book by Thomas Kurtz, Kurz. And the front page of that book says training is efficient if the highest level is achieved with the least amount of time and energy.
And nobody speaks about that. Nobody today speaks about that. Today is Instagram. I don't know how you would say it. Instagram whores in the sense where they're like,
yeah.
I'm the toughest. I got 3-hour leg day. Yeah. All right. All I did was I went in and squatted today.
Yeah.
I did 7 sets of squat and left the gym.
In my opinion, I think that the prime years of understanding training was in between you and me. A little bit after you, and a little bit before me. Right around 1996 to 2005, that was a magic year for a lot of people trying to train smarter, and then something happened. The social media took everything 20 years behind. It's
amazing. I don't know if you have this, because I would like us to do this together. I have a book, and it's measurements. It's my workout plans. It was my nutrition. It was photos. I would do every month. I'd write down what my workout plan was. If I got a workout plan from Jeff Magruder, it was written out. Doyle Kennedy, Doug Furness, whatever those workouts were, they were written out. I took a picture and I measured everything too. And I talked about what I was eating. But I have that book, and it was from my early 11, 12, 13 years old until my late 20s.
Wow.
I don't know.
See,
you have something?
My difference is I have some detailed records like that. Mine are the training cycles and the strength in which they started to finish. So I know exactly how much stronger I got, because at that time I just wanted to be strong. I never really looked at it as an aesthetic goal. So for me, I have similar layouts, but it's how strong I got from each cycle, and then what I learned from that cycle and how it adapted to the new cycle to make me better.
I love that. I love that. Let's definitely go over that. So for all you kids that are listening to this and understand this, again, Matt, world record holder, also has a master's degree, and he didn't just learn it, he applied it, and he succeeded. And he's still here doing it. So, and he just built a beautiful house. And
I can't wait for you to come out there, man.
That's
right.
In Mona.
For you. Well, hey, yeah, in Mona. So when you guys let me know your schedule. I'll get out there and we're going to shoot a bunch more videos.
I love it, brother. Have a great day today, guys.